say third time's the charm. So I don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay. Praise God. I was doing a little Hail Mary back here. All right. Yay. So excited to have you guys on. Oh, goodness. We are just crushing some incredible content. I'm going to reward those that came on early. Okay. So Kelly Harris, you're going to get Becoming a Money Boss. Reminder, you guys, a lot of these are #1 international bestsellers, but you can also get them on Amazon. Just type in the Gold Digger Girl, Kimberly Olson books. And then let's do Tamara Benton. Tamara, you're going to get Boss It Up, Babe. Whoop, whoop. And then let's do next up. I can't see everybody's names because you have to authorize StreamYard to show your name. Christine Lopez. Why Balance is BS. Amazing book. All right, we'll start with that. We'll have some more after our next session. So if you want a book, just email us, thegolddiggergirl@gmail.com, and let us know what book you want and your address, and we'll get that off to you. So welcome back for session 3. We're going to talk about crafting compelling content for conversion success. We want to put our content create it in a way that's going to attract leads to us, our ideal avatar, and be able to close those people, right? Not right that second. This is for the long game, like we talked about. People need to see things repeatedly, but we want to optimize our conversion success by being able to absolutely craft compelling content. And that's what we're going to dig in today. Oh, forgot about Instagram. Mary Ann Kywitz, you're winning this one. The Art of Self-Discipline. I did not design this cover. I worked with a publisher and I told them what dog is going to walk itself. And I don't like these brand colors, but here we are. The book is good itself though. And you're going to love it, Marianne. Marianne, shoot us an DM on Instagram with the book you won and your address. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. So great job, you guys. Let me know your biggest takeaways so far from the first 2 sessions. Are you identifying some places to fill up your sales funnel? Just kind of thinking about lead generation. Let me know takeaways that you have from the first couple of sessions so far. What did you choose for your top 3? I'd love to know that. And then also tag a friend, because whenever we do these, we always have people who can't find the live stream. You know how the social media is. It doesn't notify people and then they're just wandering around in the desert. So help a friend out using the @ symbol, tagging them. And if they're in this community, if they're not, you can hit the share button, share this video right in Messenger, via text even, and it'll take them to the video, which is really cool. Okay. Someone said, realizing I need to go live more. LOL. Yes, we can always go live more. You can't go, you can never go live enough, right? You don't want to get burned out from it, obviously. I've definitely been there, but it served its purpose. I used to go live 3 times a week on my personal profile and in both of my Facebook groups every single week. So I was doing 5 live streams a week with different topics, working full time. And I did that for a long time, really, really long time. And I truly believe it set me up to have a long-term sustainable brand. And I don't have to do that anymore. I only do these workshops once in a while. And if I feel like going live, I go live on my wall. So of course I go in my paid group sometimes, but it's really different when you can put that legwork in first, right? And then be able to reap the rewards later. Yeah. Okay. So Facebook short form video and being consistent, post story short form. Okay. Good, Jenny. Looking good. Awesome. Also, I'm going to do something really exciting. I know some of you are looking at enrolling in the 3-day strategic planning intensive. It's open right now. It'll be open until Tuesday at midnight Central. And we have some bonuses for you, but I'm going to do something really cool. So if you are looking at enrolling in it, you want to do the 3-day intensive with us. It's on Zoom, working sessions with me. We give you all the templates that you need for your landing pages and your email, and you'll have your lead magnet done. We're going to get into all your content. We're going to plan out all your content for 2023. We'll be done. And then obviously making sure you are cultivating a millionaire mindset and you're ready to embrace 2024 and make it the best year yet. If you guys want to do that with us or are looking at it, just put the word boss in the comments. And then we have some bonuses for you for jumping in. You're going to get all of these courses from me. So level up your brand like a boss. So that's going to be very much about personal branding, what I did to be able to build up my brand on social media. You're also going to get a boot camp from 0 to 5K in 30 days. That's for the person who really wants to master all this viral content you're seeing. I'll just call it what it is. Short form videos, reels, all that. You want to just really get that working for you. you're going to get that. I have 30 days of sample reels you can do, or TikToks. They're all in there. The Facebook groups Profit Secrets is exactly what I did to launch my Facebook groups and monetize them. Okay. No offense, but the VIP groups, like, they're not awesome. Okay. You have to learn how to have a good Facebook group, or if it's dead, I'll teach you how to revive it or decide to ditch it and rebrand or ditch it. Facebook groups. Also, Money Mindset Mastery. For some of you, that's actually what you need next. You need to finish today with us, and then you need to go through the Money Mindset Mastery. Black Friday bundle is going to include my business boutique, which is a crash course on launching your business on social media, creating a course. How many of you want to get into digital marketing? Maybe selling other stuff, which is more affiliate, but you want to have your own digital course. Like, you've always thought, gosh, if I could just have a course. The really cool thing about courses, guys, I made some of these years ago. Some of them are newer. Some of them, I have to refresh them here and there, but think about that. I made that course one time, and people are buying and buying and buying it. I have some courses that I have sold multiple six figures of. And I made the course, I made some videos. They're great, but I just did it once, right? That's what that's for, create a course. Crushing it on Instagram, how I built my Instagram up to 50,000 followers. Crushing it on LinkedIn. I get leads and sales from LinkedIn continually. ManyChat, if any of you heard about it or want to know about it, ManyChat. And then TikTok for business. And you're going to get lifetime access to the back office. So just put boss in the comments. Team, if you can drop the link, the 3-day strategic planning intensive link, so they can click through and enroll. This is what I'm going to do, like right now. Okay. The first 5 people to register are going to get a one-to-one call with me, like right now. And we can tell based on timestamps of when the registrations come in. So we'll know, so you don't have to stress out about it. And I will let you know, we will let you know if you're chosen. Okay. You get a one-to-one call with me valued at thousands of dollars. And my magic is we will talk. I'll look at your business. I will tell you what's not working. We'll put a plan in place for what is. Literally, I rip your business apart, put it back together, give you a plan, you're off on your way. And often what you're doing right now isn't what you're supposed to be doing. It's always very just energetically God-led. It's pretty cool. So you'll get a one-to-one call with me. First 5 to enroll in the 3-day strategic planning intensive. Okay, Allison just put the link there for you guys. Don't hesitate, jump in, make it happen. Okay, plus you're getting all those bonuses. You can start working through that content now. It'll happen December 5th, 6th, and 7th, but you'll have lifetime access to the replays as well. Okay, without further ado, let's get into session 3. All right, key recaps. This is in your workbook, but you can just write this down. Okay, key recaps. Finding ways to attract potential clients are limitless. I just need to do the work. Okay. It's limitless, guys. Social media, the online space is limitless, abundant. There are new people coming online every single day that are your ideal avatar. There are new people who wake up every day who have an issue, have a new problem, and they need what you have. And you just need to stay top of mind. Okay. You just need to be present. You need to be consistent. You need to be showing up. Okay. By creating engaging content and curating meaningful content, I will attract endless leads to me with my social media marketing. I think I filled in the wrong blank there. Abby or Allison, can you let me know if I have the wrong blank there? By creating engaging content and curating meaningful conversations, I think is what it's supposed to say, I will attract endless leads to me with my social media marketing. Creating engaging content. This is huge, you guys. Creating engaging content is going to allow you to create meaningful conversations. If you don't have the content, how are you going to have the meaningful conversations? If you don't have the meaningful conversations, how are you going to have sales? I don't know anybody who just goes around selling people without having some kind of conversation. The conversation can happen in the form of emails. The conversation can happen in the way of a webinar on demand. That's a conversation, right? There's many ways, but there's some kind of conversation that's happening, which is really, really important, okay? That's the key here. That's the difference. People miss that. They don't understand the importance of content, or they don't spend the time to figure out their content strategy, okay? We will attract endless leads this way, you guys. Absolutely. All day, every day, okay? The 5 ways to crush your content. Number 1, follow a content calendar. So we have one we're going to drop in the comments for you. can find mine, social media. I have a different one for the 3-day strategic planning intensive. We're just going to do something a little bit simpler with just Facebook, and you can copy it for Instagram. This one is more of a holistic one because I don't know where you all are at. So there's a tutorial here you can watch, but we have Facebook personal profile, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook stories, Facebook groups, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Facebook business page, Instagram stories. You can click the 3 dots and archive a list if you're not going to use it. So you can literally use this to plan out your content. And with all of the different tools and stuff like that, there are some scheduling apps that we like for scheduling your posts, scheduling. You can even schedule your stories. You can schedule reels and stuff like that. We do have some that we like. That's going to be in the automation tools guide that we give you for being in the 3-day strategic planning intensive. So if you, oh, Emily signed up. Okay, we're going to make a note. Emily, getting a one-to-one call with me. Ivana, getting a one-to-one call with me. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. All right, we'll get you my calendar, ladies, okay? So with the content calendar, failing to plan is planning to fail. If you want to build this business on social media, you have to be able to plan out your content. If you're just like hopping on your phone and winging it, how's that working for you, right? So let's get a plan in place. The Growth Hive. Apparently I can't read on Instagram. Shoot us a DM. We'll get that to you. Yeah, just say you want the content Trello board. So following that content calendar is so powerful. Watch that tutorial and we'll be able to absolutely get you the plan that you need for that. Of course, that's going to be in the 3-day, but you can use that tool, okay? The Juicy Life Coach on YouTube would like to sign up for the 3-day, guys. All right. This is what's great about StreamYard. It shows you everybody all at once. I'm getting like all hot and bothered in here. I'm getting all excited about all the content. Okay, so we're going to get our content calendar up and running, and then you can plan it out. I personally do this today. I handle some of our social channels, and then Abby, our creative director, handles most of them. I've built every single account we have from scratch myself. I've done it all, from Facebook ads to landing pages. I have done every piece of our business. So I understand those pieces of the business, okay? You all can do this. You can do every single piece. And eventually you're going to have a team. You're going to have people help you. But I use this today, this system with a Trello board for one of our Instagram accounts, okay? So we're going to follow a content calendar. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to go live weekly. We're going to go live weekly. Now, I have a caveat to this, and this might fire up some of you. How many, oh, we have somebody else who signed up, but I can't see your name on there. Okay. How many of you have thought about a podcast? We can repost the Trello board link for you guys. Yeah. How many of you thought about a podcast? I gave you a bunch of ideas in session 2, but I want to add podcasts to this, or a really well-produced weekly YouTube show. Maybe you even have a show. Lauren Buckner is one of our students inside of Ignited Life Coaching, which is one of our group coaching programs. And she came in similar to what Tony was talking about, just kind of came in and needed that clarity. She actually decided to shift. Instead of building her original brand, launched a new brand, has secured multiple 6 figures since then. And that was in the spring. And she literally came to one of our event, our in-person, and that woman, she left, she had her clarity. She knew her brand. She produced a live show. Well, what was the live show? It was on Facebook, and she streamlined on Facebook. But you know what, the energy behind it? It was branded. It was professional. She was prepared. That's why she's having so much success. So you can do this with a Facebook Live show, okay? I want you to level up here a little bit. I want you to posture up. I want you to see yourself as more than how you've been showing up. You've been playing small. Most of you have been playing very small. We're done with that. How is that working out for you? For real. Like, I'm going to get in your face a little bit because you might need to hear this. How's that working out for you? Of you worrying about what everybody else thinks, of you keep telling yourself, I'm so overwhelmed, I can't handle one more thing. How is it working for you, what you're doing right now? How is life right now? If it's not what you want, I'm here to tell you it's going to keep on being what it is until you change, until you say, you know what, I do feel overwhelmed. So I'm going to go get some clarity. You know what, I am a mess. I don't have systems in place. I'm going to go get some systems. You know what, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm going to go find somebody who does and learn from them. It doesn't have to be me. It could be somebody else. Go get yourself some help. get yourself some coaching. When I had that alcohol addiction, I had tried on my own many times. And one day I woke up and I was like, I'm sick of feeling this way. Like, this is a real addiction. It's in both sides of my family, all the way up the chain. Like, it's a real addiction. And I realized I had to hire someone to help me. That's how you change, okay? That's how you grow. So guys, if you want things to be different, you have to do different. In order to do different, you have to be bigger than your excuses. You have to be bigger than the overwhelm and all the things and life. Life is just going to keep being life. But if you want to change your life, you've got to get in the driver's seat. So I want you to show up more powerfully. I want you to be bigger and bolder. I want you to stop worrying about what people think on social media. Who is she to have a show? Who is she to have a podcast? Your husband's like, what are you doing, right? Your kids are like, Mom, you're embarrassing me. Forget it. Who cares? Who cares what they think? You know what they're going to say eventually? Wow, Mom, you're so cool. People at school were saying that they heard your thing, and wow, Mom. And her husband's going to be like, how did you just pay for my truck loan? And real true story, because my husband's like, what are you doing? He was so confused when I started all of this. I was in my office all the time. And I gave him a check for $7,000. And I said, here, this is our final debt. We're debt free. It's $7,000 for your truck loan. And he was like, what? How did you do that? Is it legal? Yeah, it's called online marketing. Okay. That's how. So we've got to show up powerfully. So when I say go live weekly, I don't mean hit the button and go live and shoot the shit. I mean, hi, Kimberly Olson here for this week's episode of #GetLit, where we crush your business in less than 10 minutes. That's what I say on YouTube every week. This is what we're going to talk about today. This is why you need to listen. Stay tuned. And then I get into the 10 minutes of training and I finish with a call to action. There's an intro video. There's an outro. It is professionally done. Do you have to have an editor and do things like that? No, I didn't do any of that when I started, but I showed up powerfully. I was consistent down to the day and time every week. The day and time every week. When you think about Oprah, I'm 43, as I said. So yes, I watched Oprah every day after school because my mom was at work still. I probably was watching things I shouldn't have been watching. I knew if I got home from school, I hurried up and did my homework and Oprah came on at like 4 o'clock, whatever time it was. I knew if I got all my stuff done, I could watch Oprah. Oprah wasn't like, for this week, who knows when I'll be on? And you just didn't know when Oprah was on. You knew at 4 o'clock, Oprah was coming on every day, right? Well, why do you think she's been so successful? Because that woman is as consistent as the sun rising and setting. You can be the same way, right? So for going live weekly, this is called your signature content. What I mean by this is your most powerful piece of content every week to establish yourself as an authority, okay? So when I say establish yourself as an authority, what I mean by that is that you are showing people that I know something in this area. Remember when we went back to what is the theme of your brand? Well, if the theme of your brand is parenting toddlers, and I actually paid, I'll never forget, I paid like $27 for a sleep course. It was a PDF when I could not get Addison to sleep. And I actually learned sleep training from this woman, Dana, I think it's Oberman or something. She's huge because she found her niche. It was helping with sleep training all the way up through toddler. Well, with your signature piece of content, you're going to go live, you're going to do a podcast, you're going to do YouTube giving a tip on sleep training. You're going to do a specific training. Here's what to do if the child, goes to sleep, but then they wake up 5 minutes later, whatever, right? So I'm not saying you need to be the best. I'm not saying you need to be an expert. I'm not saying you need to get certifications, which we do have certifications, by the way. If any of you need to get certified in things, we have lots of certifications here at Gold Digger. You don't need that though. You don't. All you need to do is be one step ahead of your audience. One step ahead of your audience. I now know how to sleep train children. My second came along and I had that baby out of our bedroom in 7 days. Sleeping, no problem, up in the little room with the monitor. I could see what was happening. 7 days. Why? Because I knew the sleep training. Do I need to go buy the sleep training now? No, I know how to do the sleep training. I could train the sleep training. So when people are buying from you, that's because you're a step ahead of them. You don't need to be miles ahead. You do not need to be miles ahead. Stop telling yourself you're not good enough. There's a million people who are doing what you're doing. Oh my gosh, it's already been done. So-and-so does it better than me. Why would somebody buy from you? There is something about you that the person who is doing business with you, they're attracted to you for some reason. It could be that you're relatable. You're accessible. When Tony was saying, she's like, yeah, I really love, I think she put on Instagram, but she's like, the reason why people follow me is because I show them I'm not perfect. I don't have it all together. I'm a mom with 3 kids. I've got a really busy family. And this is how I get my workouts in the morning. This is how I work on myself, my mindset, my nutrition. Like, she's a real mom sharing tips that work for a real mom with a busy life. That's approachable. People love that about her. So you get to find your own voice. You get to find your own way. The only way you will be successful long-term is if you are yourself. So if you're trying to be somebody else, it will not last. People will sense it. You won't have people coming back to do business with you. You won't have your community built or any of that. So maybe you've tried something and it didn't work and you're like, oh, it didn't work. That's because of exactly what I just said. My first brand, Fit Kim, you should have seen it. You never saw pictures of me unless I was doing like a cooking video or workout video. It was all this like stock images of like salads and just, it was all perfect. And I would post on my business page on Facebook. I didn't have any community. I didn't talk to people. And it was just, had to be this perfect way. And I could not monetize it because I didn't have relationships or connections. And then with this Facebook personal profile, Kimberly Olson, I started going live on my wall and I said, hey, you want to get in a Facebook group and I'll coach you for free for a month? I had 100 people say yes. Why? Because it's my personal profile. I'm friend requesting people. They're seeing my stuff. They're seeing my kids. They're seeing my life. They're like, her, she's fun. I'd love to be coached by her for a month. See the difference? You have to be yourself. Okay. Number 3, you are going to master engagement. Master engagement. So I really want you to take those ideas on that engagement board from session 2. And if you need to go back and you need to find all the things, oh, and that reminds me, Allison, will you make sure I put the links to the Trello boards in the back office with each session that they go for? So when you do VIP for this experience, you're going to get all the replays in your back office and all the links will be organized back there. So we'll have the Trello boards and the different resources for you. Okay. So just put VIP if you haven't done that yet. So we're going to master engagement. I want you to go through that board. I want you to study, take my example, word it for your own self and put a post up. Get out there, start getting used to all of this, of how it works, to write posts in a way where you can get people to comment and interact. Or for your stories, using the poll prompt, asking a question, engaging with your audience. My challenge to you is that, and we have a VIP person on Instagram. My challenge to you is that every single post you do, you ask a question. You can ask a question or you can prompt people to comment, right? Say me below. That would be an example of prompting. So we're prompting or we're asking a question every single post, every single one of them, okay? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to include a CTA. A CTA is a call to action. This is the final piece of the post, is that the call to action is, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? If you had $1 million, what would you buy, right? If you could do a shopping spree in any store, which store would it be? If you could go back in time to a really precious memory of childhood, where would you go and why? If you could, when you were growing up, what did you want to be when you were a grown up and why? What was your favorite class in school? You might be like, dear Lord, these are just, yes, these are the questions. Now, is it every single question? No. You're going to work in curiosity around your products and your business opportunity, and you're going to promote your lead magnets and your community, and maybe you're sharing a photo of you and your kids. That's what personal branding is. We have branding buckets that we need to build out, okay? And we'll do that on day one of the 3-day strategic planning intensive. We're going to get your buckets nailed down. I will audit them. So you'll be able to have an opportunity to share with me what you came up with, and I'll tell you if you need to change anything. And as you've probably noticed, I'm just going to shoot you straight. I'm not going to sugarcoat. So mastering engagement, asking questions, bringing them into the conversation, giving them a word to prompt them to drop a word in the comments, tell them to DM you, tell them to share something, stories, any of that. Make it interactive. What's cool about Facebook stories is people can comment right there now, and you can see the comment, which I love. So mastering engagement. But number 4, including CTAs, every single post. This is a really good marketing strategy for all of you, is ask yourself this. When you're putting a piece of content out, especially your signature piece of content, which is ideally once a week, you're doing a podcast or YouTube or a weekly Facebook live show, that signature content. What is the goal? What is the intention behind the content? So if you do a podcast episode, And your podcast episode is on the importance of meal planning and batching your meal prep. So you can say, as a busy mom, people always ask me, how do I stay on track with my health and wellness goals? With busy kids, we have sports. We're going in a million different directions. Most people are sliding through the drive-through. How have I been able to keep myself and my family on track? I do meal planning. So I call it Sunday Fun Day. This is me past Kimberly. I don't cook anymore. My husband took over when, things got a little busy here at Gold Digger. Yes, it's like the same 5 meals every week, but I'm not complaining. So back in the day, I used to meal prep and I called it Sunday Fun Day. And I would figure out what we were eating for the week. I would grocery shop, come home, I'd prep everything I could. Some stuff was prepared and put in the freezers, some in the fridge, chopped up what I could, snacks, all the things. If I was doing a podcast on this, talking about it, I could say, by the way, if you want to get I have 30 days of freezer meals that's designed for a busy family. Tastes great, simple recipes. I mean, some of it you throw in a crock pot and you walk away and you've got meals for days. Just click the link below and you can grab my 30 days of freezer meals. I mean, if you're like getting into meal prepping, freezer meals are a godsend, okay? What is the intention of the podcast? The intention was to get people to learn about meal prepping, see the value, and then have them take a next step with me to buy my freezer meals. Is that making sense? Say yes in the comments if it's clicking. You're like, oh, I get it now. You don't want to just do a podcast to do a podcast. You don't want to just go live to go live. Always ask yourself, where am I taking these people? You never want a dead end in marketing. We just did this inside of our office hours in one of our group coaching programs. So live on the group coaching call, I pulled up different students' accounts and I said, okay, I'm grabbing your lead magnet. What's happening next? Okay, it says it's on the way. Now what? Uh-oh. You didn't invite them into your Facebook group. Dead end. Okay, go ahead and fix that. We never want a dead end. It should be constant. Go here, then you go here, then you go here. If you do that, what I'm about to tell you right now is worth $1 million. $1 million. I don't know when the $1 million will come in, but it's worth $1 million. Okay, you guys ready? The longer you can get your audience, so people viewing your content, to stay on your platform and engage in your content, the longer you can keep them on your profile, the more money you're going to make on social media. So if I do 5 stories and I'm getting them to watch each story, right? I'm building out a story sequence with 5 stories. They have just spent, maybe a minute looking at the 5 stories. That 1 minute of time is very valuable. And it tells that platform, Instagram, Facebook, oh, people are liking her stuff. They're clicking forward, or they're not clicking forward. They're staying on them. They're watching them. Oh, they're engaging. Their little bots can detect all of that. So you know what it does? It puts me higher up in the algorithm. And the next time that person comes onto the platform, guess whose stuff they see? Me. That's what I want. That's why we have such a big presence on social media, is because we do that. We stay top of mind, and you can do the same thing. When you have a new friend or follower, you're going to want them to see your stuff the next time they come onto the platform. Get people to stay on your content, watching videos, engaging, interacting, going through old stuff, maybe in a Facebook group, and that is going to be the $1 million strategy for you. And number 5 is be consistent, kind of obvious. This is the number 1 kryptonite of entrepreneurs that I've personally seen in all my years of doing this, is absolutely that, is the stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. Every time you stop, you take 20 steps back, because it's so much harder to get going again. And you feel defeated because you had some traction and you quit. And then all the limiting beliefs come in. It's a whole thing. Be consistent. Your subconscious mind is questioning you right now, because you're watching this. You're like, oh my gosh, yes, 2024 is going to be amazing. I'm going to show up powerfully. I'm going to be different. I'm going to have a podcast and I'm going to crush it. And your subconscious mind's like, sure. Because your subconscious mind doesn't want change. It's not trying to be mean. It's doubting you. You've got to prove to yourself that you can do this, that you are going to show up, that you are going to be consistent. You don't need to convince me or your husband or whoever. It's you. You need to convince yourself that you're serious and that you're committed. Okay. So be consistent. Be committed to consistency. Speaking of consistency, I'm going to bring up Tori from backstage. Tori is somebody who has been in my world for years and years and years. She did my first group coaching program, and then she went up to the next level and the next level and the next level. And she's become a part of Gold Digger in the process. She's smart, just such a genius, so smart. She really helps our company with finances and just staying, in a healthy place with all the things. She's very hands-on with our students, so some of you might know her as well. But since she came in as a student, that would be really cool for you guys to hear from her. So, hi, Tori.
Hey.
Thanks for being on. I appreciate you.
Of course, anytime.
Yes, give Tori some love in the comments. I love that. So, Tori, tell everyone a little bit about you and your background, like before you met me, and kind of where you were at in your business.
Yeah, I've been an accountant for over 25 years. I mean, I don't look it, right?
No,
that's my passion. I have, I always tried to escape it, and it kind of ties into my journey with you. I was like, I'm not sure if this is my passion. I'm going to try and be a firefighter. And I did that. I went to EMT school, and then I was like, no, I'm not running into a burning building. There is a special place in my heart for those people, and it is not me. So I was always I've always been entrepreneurialistic, and I've always wanted to do something by myself, but I wasn't sure exactly what it was. And when I started having kids, I started backing away from, being in the corporate world, and I just kept a couple of bookkeeping clients on the side. And then I was like, and they would just keep pulling me back in, and then I would come back in, but I always wanted something for myself. And I think when I ran across your programs, it was through a network marketing company that I was at the time. And I came in through like the 15-minute Facebook party. I was like, this is brilliant. I don't like that spammy stuff. I will not answer your messages if you hit me with a sales pitch in your first message. And I knew it had to be a different way. And so I started consuming all your content, because once you come into Kimberly's world, it's just like, I had to have that podcast on, like, okay, when's her next one coming? If I was going for a run or whatever, I'm like, I need to hear her voice. It's my calming. It's like my meditation. And then jumping into the programs, I just knew I wanted to build something different for myself. And I mean, that's kind of how it started. It grew from there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And, numbers and finance and all that stuff just is your strength. And you're just so good at like seeing numbers and cleaning things up and then making them make sense and all the things. So as you've gone through our programs, you have obviously become an integral part of our community. You are on our board of directors for Elephant Sisters. Like I said, you're part of Team Gold Digger, and you are very, very invested in our community. So what would you say has been the most fun for you to witness and be a part of the students that come into our programs, especially if they're newer and they've not actually, stepped into anything official with us yet? What's been like your favorite part of seeing them come in and like, have those transformations?
Yeah, well, I just love it when the new excitement comes in, and they're so ready to get started, and they're so eager, and they're asking all the questions. Because I'm a firm believer that there's never a dumb question. Like any question, you're asking it for a reason. You're trying to get to that next thing, and there's something that's not clicking. And the nice thing about Gold Digger is that it doesn't have to be just Kimberly answering the question. It can be any of us, and we're all, very devoted to the time, to the students. I mean, honestly, that's my favorite part, is when they ask me questions. I'm like, oh, they care. They want to know. Okay, yay, I'm up. I get to answer a question. So,
You do love that.
I do.
I think you love it when you see people applying themselves.
Yeah, like when they implement, I can see them. I've been commenting on a few people, behind the scenes. I'm like, hey, I see you showing up. And I think they really like that, that's not just Kimberly saying something. It's, a whole team, that we all have our eyes out there. I love it when you see them implementing really quickly, because the most success you're going to find is if you're doing that imperfect action. And it's hard for all of us to do that. I mean, it's not easy to show up on camera and, like the technology today, those sort of things. You're like, people want to know you're normal, that you're human, that things happen and it's not always perfect. And, I think that's important, is that imperfect action.
Oh yeah, totally. And you've done our 3-day strategic planning intensive. So tell me what you've witnessed or you observed that will be helpful for these students that are coming in as students to be able to take 3 days out and actually work on their business instead of just watching more videos. What is powerful about that?
Well, taking action, like immediate action is going to be the most important, like sitting down and doing it. Most important is live with you, because then you have the opportunity to ask questions and engage. But it's there's just no better way to start than just to do it, because when you just put it to the side, we're all consumers of content, we're all consumers of videos. And if you don't, next thing you know, you're going to have like a Google Drive full of all these videos that you never watched and you never took action. So I think, not hesitating and don't doubt, just go is going to be the best advice I could give anybody, is just get in and go, because it's the best. You're going to see the best results, the quickest results. You're going to see, it may not even be perfect the first time, because chances are, I'm probably many people that have gone through are like, this is what I'm going to do, including myself. And I changed my mind. I was like, I'm not doing that. That doesn't feel passionate. And then you just go and you just keep running with the thing that makes you most passionate. And that's what's going to be most successful for you.
Oh, I love that so much. To finish, what would you say to anyone who's considering doing the 3-day strategic planning intensive, but they're like, just the investment and everything and ROI and all of that? What would you say to someone who's like just kind of fence sitting a little bit? What would you say to them?
Don't wait. There's no better time than now. There's no better time. No better coach than Kimberly. Kimberly's going to get you in action. She over delivers everything that she's ever done, even for her team, internally. Like, it's just, we get used to it. We're like, okay, are we going to offer this? Or are we going to offer all these? And she's like, I'm going to do these and these.
That's kind of true.
So it's an investment in yourself, and it's just time. If you're here watching it, here's the thing I'll leave you with. If you're asking yourself the question, should I? The answer is yes. And that goes for almost anything. If you're asking yourself a question, no matter what it is, the answer already. You're just looking for validation, and I'll give it to you. Come join us.
Yes. Oh, that's so good. Awesome. Thank you so much, Tori. And like she said, she'll be running one of the breakout sessions. So you guys are going to get to meet the team, and we're very just like all hands on deck. We really want to support you guys so you can be successful. So thank you, Tori.
You're welcome.
Awesome. And we'll put that link for you guys. And then we're going to go back to session 3 to wrap it up. So we are going to talk about crafting compelling content for conversion success. Okay. So content Trello board. Yeah. Just shoot us a DM if you're on Instagram. It'll be in the back office as well with these replays. So you can just do VIP. You can also click the link in my bio if you're on Instagram and register, and you'll see an option for VIP. If you do that, you'll get the replays and the links and stuff. So for crafting compelling content in your notebook or in the workbook, I want you to write this down. What are the top three pain points of your potential clients? So write that down. What are the top 3 pain points? And then you're going to deliver content around that. So if one of the pain points is they just never have enough time for themselves, they're always putting themselves last. They're pouring from an empty cup. They just feel really depleted. They feel burnt out. They're just disillusioned with life. That's a pain point. Well, what's something you could do for your content, right? You could absolutely give them some content encouragement that we can't pour from an empty cup, that our kids are getting our overflow. So if we're pouring from an empty cup, we're not taking care of ourselves. What are our kids getting, right? Nothing good. So it's that important to take care of ourselves, make ourselves a priority. Another post could be 3 tips for on-the-go self-care. So it could be, arrive 5 minutes early for appointments and just sit in your car and do nothing. Put your phone down, put some, relaxing music on if you want. 5 minutes. That's an on-the-go self-care, right? It could be treat yourself to a massage once in a while. Ask for massage gift cards for your birthday, holidays, things like that. Treat yourself. Because I know moms who haven't bought a new bra in like 10 years. Like, it's a problem. Okay. All right. So what are the top 3 pain points of your potential clients? Write that down. Then you're going to figure out your themed content calendar. So what I mean by this is I want a theme for each day of the week. Okay. So Monday, #Monday motivation. Tuesday could be Tuesday tips. Wednesday could be work it out Wednesday. It could be wealth Wednesday. Thursday could be maybe you go live on Thursdays. Friday could be Fun Fact Friday. Saturday could be sweaty Saturday, sweaty selfie Saturday. Sunday could be soulful Sunday. There's a bunch of ideas on that Trello board that we shared, and you can just like chat GPT that stuff up too if you need ideas. But what we're doing here is we're giving each day a theme. So we know on Monday, if it's motivation, maybe we post a quote every Monday. Every Tuesday, we put a picture of ourselves and we give a couple of tips for one of those pain points. Every Wednesday, we, do XYZ. So you'll see with the personal branding buckets how it all comes together. There's different ways to do that. I find that some people love this structure and some people don't like how restrictive it is. So just kind of pay attention to how you feel energetically. If you're just like, so not my thing, that's totally fine as well, okay? So you're going to fill that out just to at least go through it so you know if you like it or not. And then for the homework, we're going to do the action items are to complete your content calendar. So what I mean by that is to fill out what we just talked about. So fill out Monday, you could be hashtag Money Monday, right? Just what's like the hashtag, the theme. You don't have to use that in your post. It just gives you kind of a little bit of a vibe for that day. Schedule a day and time for your signature content. Okay. So we're going to produce that podcast and get that going. We're going to do YouTube. Maybe we go live every week. What is the day and time for your signature content? So you probably have been planning this for like 3 years. We're done with the planning. We're done with the overthinking. We're done with all the stories. We're just going to do it. Do it messy to start with. And then every time you go, you're going to get better and better and better. Go watch my first Facebook Lives from 2017 on my personal profile. They're all there. I didn't delete any of them. Yeah. And you're going to see, I just showed up. Okay. I didn't even know what I was doing. And I still sometimes wonder. You're going to grow as you go. And then you're going to craft an intro post with a CTA. So an intro post, I'd love for you to do this and pin it to the top of your Facebook personal profile, or you can pin it on Instagram. And so what you're going to do is you are going to, on your wall, you are going to do a post with a picture of you or your family, and you're going to tell people about yourself and why you do what you do and why you love it, and then give them a call to action. So it could be something like, hey, my name's Kimberly. I live here in Austin, Texas, married to the love of my life, Scott. We've been married for, I don't know how long, 11 years. Probably should memorize that. I have 2 daughters, Addison and Elise, and I am a social media business coach. I teach women how to build simple systems and online strategies. And I love, work. I could just say that actually. And then I can say some of my favorite things are, listening to podcasts, working out, and traveling. I'd love to get to know you. Tell me 3 things about you I might not know. So again, we're going to flip it to our audience. We're going to bring them into the conversation. But by me writing that little post about myself, now people know who I am and what I do. And you want to hit on what is the pain point and how you solve it. So you could say something like, I work with women who are totally overwhelmed by life and all the things, and I help them find time each day to take care of themselves, master productivity and time management, and get more done. Okay, that could be like your thing. But you have to think about the pain point of that person and you articulating that you solve that problem. Okay, so craft an intro post with the CTA so that way you can kind of tell people, prompt them to give you some feedback there in the comments and engage on that post. Okay. All right. So we're wrapping up session 3, as you can tell. For session 4, we're going to come back at 1:25. And for session 4, we're going to get into unveiling the ultimate secrets to selling success. So we're actually going to talk about sales when we come back. So you guys can go work on the homework there, take a little potty break. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes, and I will have to create a new stream for that. So if there's a scheduled one, just ignore that one. I'll be just streaming in live wherever you're watching me, okay? So great job, you guys. We'll give away a few more books for who pops on live first. And if you have any questions, let us know, and we'll see you guys back here shortly.
My company is called The Goal Digger Girl, and we serve female entrepreneurs, teaching them how to use social media, so simple systems, online strategies, and sales and marketing. So really anyone who wants to be able to take their brick and mortar online or maybe scale their business, monetize their personal brand, we teach them exactly how to do it through social media. The ultimate mission is to allow women to own their voice, own their worth, and know that they can make a difference.
I first started following Kimberly, I want to say close to 2018. I liked the way that she was talking about how she was connecting with her customers. It just felt different than other things that I had seen. The community that you get with like a goal digger is absolutely wonderful. I really feel like I could reach out to anybody that was in the community.
It definitely made an impact in my own personal development and growth. And then getting the opportunity to work with a strategy session with her was a pivotal moment for me. And that's actually how I developed my agency.
I have reached a crossroads in my life, and then I met Kimberly, and it was like she said, I just got lit. It was just like my life was renewed, and I found a new meaning and a new start.
What kind of gets me out of bed in the morning and keeps me up late at night is this drive that I have to ignite the fire in others, to inspire change, lasting change for themselves, their families, their communities, and eventually, I really think we can change the world.